Hello and welcome everybody to the Solano College Sports Network. My name is Cameron Anderson, and to my side, my broadcast partner, Garrick Lenoir. We have a spectacular men's basketball game tonight here in Fairfield, California at the Solano Falcons Nest between the Cosumnes River Hawks and the Solano Falcons. So, Garrick, we have one team who has found their way this season, with the Hawkeyes coming into the game at 8-3, while the Falcons come in at 2-8. What should we look for from the Hawkeyes tonight?
From the Hawkeyes, we definitely got to look forward for their point game. They average about 82 points per game. That is pretty impressive considering the average of a lot of other teams at their level. Not to mention, I am pretty excited. This may seem silly. I'm excited to see number 4, Dilion Iyawe, because he is 6'11". That is the tallest person we have ever seen play while we've been broadcasting. So I definitely want to see what that guy can do.
Yeah, definitely, 100%. And for the Falcons, they're coming into the game 2-8, as I said, but both their wins have come at home. Their three-point percentage has been spectacular this season, as they are 43% from distance. Their assist numbers have also increased throughout the season, averaging 10 a game. One thing that Solano will need to improve on tonight is their rebounding. They're only averaging 21 a game, and we've seen it hurt them on defense, giving up lots of offensive rebounds. So moreover, Solano is going to have to rely on their shooting tonight and crash the boards. And here, the starting lineup for the Hawkeyes.
The Hawkeye starting lineup would be number 1, Curry Dunn. Number 2, Andre Huddleston. Number 3, Caleb Drake. Number 4, Dilion Iyawe. And number 10, Gerard Webb.
And now, the starting lineup for the Falcons.
Jonathan Cobbs, Vanden High. Jacob Ebert, Cornerstone Christian. Samuel Lenny, GB Academy Europe. Ricky Hamilton Holland, Worcester High School.
Joseph Silvera, Berean Christian.
Hey everybody, this is Coach Albert, Solano College Men's Basketball. Thank you for watching Solano College Sports Network. Row the boat.
Hello and welcome back as we are ready for tip-off here at the Solano Falcons Nest. Looks like we will have number 4, Dilion Iyawe, going up against Joe Silveria.
Literally the only person that can match his height even a little bit.
Yeah. Joe, 6'9" center, matched up with 6'11" center. And Joe gets it into the hands of Cobbs. So we'll see Solano start out with the ball tonight. Cobbs to Samo. There's Joe. Hand off to Jacob. He's driving in. Dishes out to Cobbs. Out to Ricky, driving in. Joe looking for something. They got 6 seconds on the clock. Samo driving in. Down to Joe. And he's picked. Here comes Gerard Webb. Euro step and won't finish, but rebound by Caleb Drake, and he'll go right up with it. Easy 2 points for the Hawkeyes to start the game tonight. And an early timeout.
Wow, really?
Very quick. Looks like Sincere Rose is already checking into the ball game.
A little worried about Sincere Rose not having his famous white headband for this game, but I think he'll be fine.
Yeah, it's interesting he's not wearing it. I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know, I'm a little superstitious. I would have kept the headband on.
He calls himself a mini LeBron sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks like Joe might have hurt himself.
Oh. Maybe, yeah, when they stole it from him, he might have tweaked something in his knee.
He might have rolled his ankle a little bit and kept applying pressure, and that would hurt.
Yeah, so we'll keep you updated on Joe Silveria's status, as it looks like he's going to walk out of the gym, get some treatment from the training staff. So Sincere Rose will check into the ballgame for Joe Silveria. He's going to have a very tall task tonight, guarding 6'11" Dilion Iyawe.
I see what you did there.
Yeah. So here's Jacob taking it up. Hands off right back to him. There's Samo. Cobbs to Ricky. Out to Samo, and he traveled. Yeah, I saw that one.
You know, that was a big problem with their last game. A lot of travels being called against them.
Yes, definitely. We've seen that a lot. Not dribbling before they move their feet. So here's Caleb Drake. Out to Andre Huddleston. Back to Drake. Ricky poked it loose. And Sincere's right there. Closes off the passing lane into the hands of Cobbs. He's taking it all the way. Layup. In and out. Rebound Ricky. There's Sincere, and Sincere will clean it up. First bucket of the night for the Falcons. Here's Huddleston. There's Webb. Out to Iwawe. There's Dunn. Back to Webb. Webb, pull-up jumper. Rolls out. Rebound, Dylan Iwawe. Sincere tries to take the charge, but that is a no call.
Looked like he got thrown down.
Yeah, he tried to get in position for the charge. And not quite sure. They won't call it. So it is 4-2. Same handoff play. Samo out to Cobbs. Pull-up jumper. In and out. Three ball won't go. Rebound Drake. Passes it up to Huddleston. Loses balance, but he's got it. There's Webb. Out to Dunn. Kyrie Dunn kicks out to Drake. Corner three. In and out. Rebound Jacob. Jacob pushing it up the court. Crossover. Pull-up jumper. Yes, cash. Jacob Ebert has been money this season on the pull-up jumpers. Here's Huddleston to Dylan Iwawe. That's too easy.
Way to use his height to his advantage.
So now 6-4 Hawkeyes. Jacob uses the screen from Sincere. Drives in, uses his speed. Easy layup for Ebert.
Nice little teamwork.
Yeah, great screen. Created enough separation. So here's the big man down low. He'll kick it out. There's Dunn, top of the key. And they're going to call a foul on Jacob Ebert. Got a little too handsy right there. And Christian Aaron will check in for Sincere Rose.
Kind of looks like everyone has been a little aggressive right now at the beginning of this game.
Yeah, definitely. Both teams came out pushing the ball on both sides.
Not only the ball, but each other.
Yeah. There's Drake in the corner. Out to Huddleston. There's Webb. Dunn in the corner. Hold on number 22, Christian Aaron. So back-to-back fouls for the Falcons.
That is not good for the Falcons.
Yeah, you want to hope that's not a trend for tonight. Webb driving in. Layup is good. More of a fader than a layup, but 2 points count the same. Here's Cobbs. Out to Ricky. There's Samo driving baseline. And they're going to call a block. Looked like Caleb Drake called for the blocking foul. Jacob out to Samo. Here's Cobbs. Back out. Screen by Aaron. Jonathan Cobbs driving in. Layup. In and out. Here's Huddleston driving. Coast to coast, and he'll finish. Smooth left-handed layup.
That was one of those Jacob Ebert plays.
Yeah, great body control driving in. Able to finish with contact. Samo, pump fake. Out to Aaron. There's Ricky. Ricky driving in. Passes out to Samo. And he was fouled. So he'll go to the line for two.
Kind of spun there when he landed.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely an awkward shot. Had the defender right on him. And the first one will roll in.
This is definitely where the Falcons shine, as they have a pretty high free throw percentage.
Yeah, they were upwards of 90% early in the season, had a couple rough games, dropped down to 75%, but still better than the Hawkeyes, who are at 66% from the line this season. Basically their only stat that does not look good on paper. There's Dylan Iwawe. Looking for someone, finds Webb. Huddleston on the wing. Dunn in the corner. Back to Iwawe, he's double teamed. And they're calling a travel on the big man.
I thought they would have called a foul because I could have sworn I heard a smack.
Yeah, I thought they were going to call a reach on the Falcons, but looked like he did travel. So now the Falcons have the ball down by 2 here with 15 minutes left to go in the first half. There's Cobbs, hands it off to Ricky, back out to Cobbs, open 3, splash! Jonathan Cobbs with the 3, gives Solano the lead as the Hawkeyes will call a timeout.
That's one of those threes I was looking for from Cobbs. I haven't seen that in a while. I'm glad to see it again.
We've missed it. Those are the pretty jump shots we've seen from Jonathan Cobbs all season, as he has been a sniper this year.
Yes, Cobbs and Samo have definitely been like the top 3-point shooters on the Falcons.
Yeah, no doubt. Looks like they might be talking over a defensive scheme. They've been doing a good job trying to contain the big man down low. Got a travel on him and stole it in the first minute of the game. That's going to be the emphasis tonight. Got a 6'11" center. You got to put bodies on him. Make sure he doesn't get the ball down low before it's too late.
But, you know, when you can just reach over everybody and just kind of put the ball in.
We'll see, yeah. So here's Huddleston taking it up. Finds Kyrie Dunn on the wing. Out to Iwawe. Back to Huddleston. Driving baseline. He's going to go up. Dumps it down to Iwawe. Layup, too easy. Hard to stop that if you're the Falcons. So the Hawkeyes will take the lead back again. Here's Ricky. Using the screen from Aaron. Behind the back. Out to Cobbs. A lot of passing. Lenjic, 3. Off right iron. And a foul on Ricky.
Even though it's a foul on the Falcons, I have to commend their attempts to get the rebound, because they have not been doing well with their rebound game this season, but they have definitely been upping that right now in the first few minutes of this game.
Yeah, definitely. I'd rather see them be aggressive than a little timid on the glass. Huddleston 3, splash. That one is good. Now 15-11 in favor of the Hawkeyes. Out to Ricky. There's Samo. Finding Cobbs. There's Sincere, top of the key. Hands it off to Ricky. Ball is poked loose, but he'll get it back. Ricky driving in. Out to Sincere. To Cole in the corner, and he cashes it in. Cole Arabian with the corner 3. Makes it a 1-point game. Dump down to Iwawe. Webb. Corner 3. No good. As it looks like number 24, Jonathan Perchiega, has checked into the ball game. There's Cole up top. Sincere with the screen. Out to Samo, driving in. Cobbs, 3. Yes! Jonathan Cobbs, another 3.
There's a third 3 within a few minutes of this game for the Falcons. That is impressive.
Yeah, Solano relying on their shooting. They've been marksmen this year. Shooting 43%. And an offensive foul, legal screen on number 24, Jordan Berchiaga. So both teams with 3 personal fouls as the Cosumnes River's Hawkeyes will call a timeout.
Looks like Cosumnes is a little too jumpy right now. They just can't really set everything because they're just too excited, and it's really messing them up.
Right. Yeah, and you know they're going to get their points tonight, but something I've been interested to see is their defense. Their defense has been spectacular all season. The most points they've given up in a game has been 84, which is pretty impressive, containing teams to 68, 64, and 70. But they're definitely going to want to cut back on the fouls. They don't want to send the Falcons to the line because they're a good free throw shooting team, and that can hurt them late in the ballgame.
Certainly hurt one of the teams that the Falcons have played against that we covered earlier this season.
Yeah. So Ricky will take it out. Inbound into Jacob Ebert. Jacob driving in. Ooh, right-hand layup is blocked. Dylan Iale with the block. And here's Kyrie Dunn taking it down. Layup is good. Great transition for the Hawkeyes as they tie it up here 17-17. James Ebert has checked into the ballgame. There he is. To Ricky. Out to Jacob. To Sincere. A lot of handoffs for the Falcons trying to protect that ball. Sincere, jumper. Ooh, that one's good. Showing off the range. Huddleston to Dunn on the wing. Driving in. Layup. In and out. Rebound to Yahweh. Throwing bows. And they will call a foul on James Ebert. Hard to do anything right there. He's got 4 defenders on him and still shies away from the contact.
He was just throwing elbows. I'm like, get off me, get off me, get off me.
Exactly. Back down to Yahweh. Outside. That's number 30, Patrick Parks. Yahweh in the post. Kick out, Huddleston. Pull-up jumper. Off back iron. Rebound, Cole. Great defense right there by Cole. Screen by Sincere. Out to Jacob. Back out to Cole, top of the key. There's Jacob on the wing. Driving in. Looking out. Cole, another 3. Off back iron. Rebound Parks. Yahweh. Layup. Good.
I couldn't even follow the ball at that point.
Yeah, he went with the safe approach right there. Close game. Don't want to hurt the feelings of the opposing team just yet. Ricky, floater, smooth. This has been a back and forth ball game here, and just under 10 minutes left. There's Huddleston. To the corner, Parks, pump fake, step back 3. Cash. Wow, back and forth as the Hawkeyes regain the lead, 22-21.
Did you say you had a new saying for three-pointers now?
Bang, bang.
Bang, bang.
You ruined the surprise. I was going to drop it at some point. I'll still do it, though. James, Ebert, 3. Bang, bang. 24-22. It has been a shoot around here as Ricky gets the steal. Ricky driving up, hits Cole. Ooh, tough layup, drops. Great body control from Cole Arabian as Solano takes a 4-point lead here. There's Patrick Parks. Use the screen from Yahweh. Driving in, out to the corner. There's Barchiaga, down low. He was fouled. Good foul from the Falcons. Forced him to go to the line.
I love how Cole kind of just jumped sideways like he was some anime character.
So Solano has 5 fouls now, inching towards the bonus. But I think that was a good foul right there. Forced him to go to the line. no easy points, as the first one is no good.
Yeah, with tall guys like him, you definitely want him to shoot from the line instead of right under the basket.
Yes, no doubt. And it already paid off. He missed the first one, so we'll see if he can make the second. Second one is good. Now a three-point game with 9.5 left to go here in the first half. Great ball movement from the Falcons. Cobb, top of the key. Driving in, pull-up jumper. It rolls in. Solano has been on fire tonight. Great shooting so far.
They be in the kitchen whipping.
Yahweh grabs it, layup, no good, but he was fouled again. It might be the hack at Yahweh night.
Well, it's definitely a smart approach by Solano because whenever the ball is seen going towards Yahweh, they just guard him.
Yeah. Yeah, they're sending double teams, triple teams, anything to make sure he doesn't have an easy night. First one, nothing but net from the big man. Second one is good as well, so he converts both from the line. Now a three-point ball game with 9 minutes left to go here. Cobbs to Samo. Uses screen by Amadou. Finds Cobbs outside. A lot of passing for the Falcons, trying to find a great shot. And they do. Jacob for three. It's good. Spectacular ball movement for the Falcons, finding open shooters. Parks in the corner. Driving in. Dumps it down low. He gets ripped. That was number 11, Isaac Montgomery. Cole out to Cobbs. Another three. Bang! Jonathan Cobbs. Wow. Solano's letting it fly tonight. Early 9-point lead here with a little over 8 minutes to go as Cosumnes is forced to call their third timeout.
It's good to have you back, Cobbs. It is real good to have you back shooting threes again.
Man, Solano on fire right now. They can't miss from distance. Very impressive start. But there's still a lot of game to be played, and Cosumnes has been amazing this year, 8-3, so definitely don't want to back off and get easy on the gas.
No, definitely can't let up. Not for a second, because that is when they will just punish.
Yeah, definitely. But I do like their defensive game plan. Sending bodies at the big man Dylan Yahweh.
I also have to say that they've had Yahweh in the game for a while now. So
yeah, he's played every minute, if I'm not mistaken. He's still out there.
So he might be getting a little tired. So
Yeah.
he might slow down.
Right. Yeah, and we'll see how that develops throughout the first and second half. As it looks like number 5, Jason Mitchell Jr. will check into the ballgame for the Hawkeyes. So here's Huddleston bringing it up. Cosumnes down by 9. Huddleston driving in, layup, and one. So that is a tough foul for the Falcons as Cole reached in on his gather step going up for the shot. So this could potentially be a 3-point play.
That was one of those toilet shots. It just kind of just
Yep.
flushed around.
Yep,
in there.
rolled in there. Free throw is good. Now a 6-point ball game as Jacob will take it up. Out to Samo, top of the key. There's Cole on the wing, hands it off to Cobbs. Cobbs uses a screen from Amadou, pull-up jumper, off right iron. That's Isaac Montgomery out to Iwawe. There's Mitchell. Back to the big man, to the corner. Montgomery Down low, Iawe, baseline jumper, no good. Rolls in and out. Rebound Cole, and he was fouled. As it looks like Ricky Hamilton Holland will check in along with Sincere Rose.
Sincere Rose has definitely brought a certain drive and aim for the net while he's been playing.
Yeah, he brings that energy too. So Jacobs got Mitchell right on him. Pull-up jumper, contested. Just offline. Montgomery taking it up. Hutchins driving in. Loose ball, picks it up. Montgomery looking to Iawe, out to Mitchell, pump fake, and he was fouled. Looks like they'll hit Ricky with the foul, so that is the 8th foul here in the first half for the Falcons.
You got to be careful when you're just running into somebody like that.
Yeah, and that will send him to the line for a 1-and-1. No good, but Iawe gets the rebound. Kicks it out. Huddleston from 3. It's good. Now a 3-point ball game. Solano watching their lead decrease quickly. Jacob stripped, gets it back. Ricky, corner 3. Just too strong, but Cobbs gets the rebound. And he was fouled.
Don't know if the Falcons are getting too comfortable or if Cosumnes has just had a stronger drive lately.
Yeah, I think Cosumnes just came out of the timeout playing really hard. And they've gotten some key rebounds, kicked it out to the 3 on their last possession. But yeah, Solano has 8 fouls, so they're 2 away from the double bonus, which is a little concerning. But I think fouling down low on Dylan Iawe are always good fouls. You don't want to let him get easy 2 points.
No.
But it's the other reach in and loose ball fouls trying to get rebounds. That's going to hurt them.
Well, they also have to keep in mind that Iawe is always under the basket.
Yeah.
So he's just going to collect the fouls. Even if he doesn't make it, he's leading his team to the bonuses.
Right. Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, he's gotten fouled at least 3 or 4 times so far. Something tells me that's going to be a theme for tonight.
And surprisingly, none of the fouls are from the Fowler.
We have not seen the Fowler yet, as you can see him right there.
Definitely hope we can see more of that fast ball movement from Jacob Ebert and Sincere Rose, as they definitely have a pretty strong chemistry on the court.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, the Falcons have been really using the ball movement to their advantage so far tonight with the handoffs, the screens, and kicking it out to open shooters. So Jacob will take it out. It's Cobbs in the corner. Samo, top of the key. Sincere with the screen. Oh, and he's picked. Huddleston, he's got a one-on-one. And he will miss. Iawe missed the rebound. Jacob comes up with it. Now here's Ricky, one-on-one, and he can't convert.
How do you lose the rebound to a guy that's a foot shorter than you?
Yeah, it looked like he jumped a little early, and it was off the top of his fingertips. Montgomery, pull-up jumper. Just short. Rebound Cobbs. Finds Samo. Rebound Sincere. Out to Cobbs. 3-ball. Ooh, in and out. Montgomery with the rebound as Samo hits the deck. Huddleston driving in, and they'll call a charge. Jonathan Cobbs able to get on the deck. So it will be a charge on Huddleston.
Nice ability to plant his feet quickly on Cobbs' end.
Yep. And they are 1 foul away from a 1-and-1 as Damon Fowler will check into the ball game.
Oh, yes, we got the Fowler.
So here's Samo looking for someone. He'll hit Jacob right back to Samo and back to Jacob. They're zipping it around. Jacob on the wing. Looking for the screen. Samo. Sincere, he might need to throw one up. And shot clock violation, as it looks like the ball went off of Sincere's foot.
Yeah, once I saw Iyawe by Sincere Rose, I just knew he wasn't going to be able to shoot it.
Yeah, there's no way you can get a shot up on that guy. Down low, Iyawe. And an offensive foul. Good call right there. Yeah, offensive foul, using his offhand, trying to get Sincere out of position.
See if Jonathan Cobbs can sink another three, or maybe Samo.
Yeah, they got plenty of shooters on the court right now. As Samo loses the dribble, gets it back.
I thought that was out of bounds.
Fowler driving in, tough layup, won't go, gets his own rebound. Samo, he's going to reset it. Now a little under 5 minutes left to go here in the first half. It's been a little scoring drought from both teams. Still a 3-point ball game. Cobbs puts his head down, and he was fouled. No, they're going to call a jump ball.
What?
Wow, interesting.
That is an interesting call on the refs.
So here's Huddleston. There's Berchiaga to Webb on the wing. And they're going to call a foul on Sincere Rose. So that will be a 1-and-1 for Iyawe.
It's like Sincere Rose getting a little bit irritated, and I can't blame him because it didn't really seem like he did anything super wrong, and the refs are calling him out for it.
So here's a 1-and-1 from Iyawe. First one no good, off back iron. Rebound Jacob. So Solano getting away with two back-to-back 1-and-1 chances as they both missed their first shot. Cobbs, three, bang! Jonathan Cobbs letting it rain tonight. Huddleston looking for something, and he dribbled it off his foot, out of bounds. Turnover, Cosumnes. Now a 6-point game with just over 4 minutes left here in the first half.
It's like a little instance of Butterfingers.
Yeah, didn't have a great grip on it. Cobbs outside, behind the back, hits Jacob. Jacob uses a screen down low, great feed. Sincere kicks it out to Cole, three. No good. Would have liked to see Sincere maybe go up on that. He had a little separation. Had the good move. There's Webb into the corner. Mitchell. Webb crossover, driving in, dumps it down low, back out. And they will call a block on Sincere Rose.
He just cannot catch a break right now. He really can't.
Yeah, you like to see the effort trying to get these charge calls. Might have been moving his feet. So they're in the double bonus now, so this will be automatic 2 free throws. And this is what we've been seeing. Cosumnes not great at the line this season. Missed, I think, 4 free throws so far.
More than that.
Yeah, 4 or 5 free throws, I think. They have been not amazing from the line, as the second one will drop. Cole hands it off to Jacob. Back out to Cole. Fowler on the wing. There's Christian Aaron. Hands it off to Cole. On the ground. Driving in. And he was fouled. Dylan Yahweh will pick up the foul.
Nice aggressiveness from Cole throughout this whole game. He's been doing pretty good this game so far.
Yeah, I like the energy. Taking it to the rack, not afraid of the big man down low. And Dylan Yahweh will check out of the ballgame for the first time this half. As it looks like number 33, DeWitt Bullock, will check in. Just, run-of-the-mill 6'8" center. Swap out 6'11" for 6'8". Must be nice. As Cole hits both free throws. Now a 7-point game here with 3 minutes left in the first half. It has been back and forth all game. And an offensive foul, illegal screen on DeWitt Bullock, who just checked into the ball game, and that will lead to free throws.
That's the second illegal screen that Cosumnes has had so far this game.
I'm a little confused. Is it not? Oh, offensive fouls will not lead to free throws, I guess.
Oh.
I did not know that. So here's Jacob, top of the key. Samo wide open. Cobbs looking for something. There's Christian Aaron. Hands it off to Jacob, who's driving in. Uses his body to shy contact. Won't go. Here's Dunn. Kyrie Dunn, crossover, loses the handle. Hits the deck. And we will see what the refs call. Looks like it was a timeout.
Looks like on the bench we see Joe has made it back there, but he is missing a shoe, and it looks like he's wearing a brace or some
wrap. Yeah, it looks like they wrapped up his ankle. You're right. It was an ankle injury. Looks like his left ankle. So we'll see. Something tells me he won't return back to the ballgame if his shoe is off, and clearly in some discomfort.
Looks like he is in pain just standing right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not quite sure why he's standing right now. As he sits back down.
But, between him getting injured and Sincere getting injured all the time, we really can't afford to have two of our biggest guys get injured all the time.
Yeah, no doubt. That's their height and their strength. 3-ball, Cash. Gerard Webb hits from the corner, making it a 4-point ball game. Cole, good move. Had the defender shook. Jacob looking for something. Hits Aaron, top of the key. Samo using the screen from Christian Aaron. Pull-up jumper. Just short, off front iron. Huddleston finding Kyrie Dunn. Kyrie Dunn, shifty, floater. Doesn't roll in. Rebound, Jacob. Hits Cole. Back to Jacob. Step back three. Bang! Jacob Ebert, another triple. Now a 7-point game as Solano has been letting it fly tonight. Huddleston floater, it's good. Tough layup.
Yeah, he had a couple defenders on him.
Yeah. Solano keeping up the intensity. Cobbs for three, and he was fouled. Almost rolled it in, but it won't fall. But he'll go to the line for three.
That would have been a game changer.
Oh, man. 4-point play. First free throw, nothing but net. Kinda. Hit a little bit of rim.
This is definitely staying true to Solano's high free throw percentage.
No doubt. Yeah, they've been money from the line this season. Second one. good as well. And it looks like there was a scoreboard malfunction, but I won't say anything, even though I just did.
Can't really comment too much on it when we don't really know what's going on.
Yeah. Interesting. So now 46-37 was a 5-point game. They just gave him 4 for three free throws, but I'm not mad at it. Pull-up jumper in. It rolls in. That was Patrick Parks. It looks like Leon Fong will check into the ballgame, number 15 for the Falcons. Risky pass. Christian Aaron able to haul it in. Fong got defender on him. Jacob from deep. No good. Rolls in and out. Rebound Webb. Crossover. Driving in. Tough layup. More of a floater. And Dustin wants to slow it down, as there is a 1 second difference between shot clock and game clock. So Solano wants to take the last shot here in the first half. They're going to take their time.
Is there even a point to the shot clock?
Jacob crossover picked. Burchiaga running in slow motion. Oh, and it won't count. Shot clock. And that'll do it for the first half. Very intense first half. 46-41. We got a good one here on the Solano College Sports Network. And we will catch you at the beginning of the second half.
Hi, my name is Eric Visser. I'm in my 5th year as the athletic director of Solano College. To experience community college and its mission has been an outstanding experience. Solano College has a very rich tradition in intercollegiate athletics dating back to 1947. I'm very proud to communicate that rich tradition is still being continued with fine young men and women that represent Solano College on and off the court. In the fall we have the volleyball program. We have a very successful women's soccer program. We have both men's and women's basketball. And then we transition to 4 programs: baseball, of softball, men's women's tennis, and men's and women's swimming. It is our mission to excel our programs and our student athletes in academics. All of our student athletes are committed to give back to the community. And we would invite you to be a part of Solano College Athletics by visiting our website www.solanoathletics.com, and you feel a warm welcome at Solano.
Hello everyone, I'm Hannah Pepin. I am one of the side camera operators, and thank you for watching Solano College Sports Network.
If you have an interest in a career in sports broadcasting,
whether it's behind the scenes or on camera,
then this is the class for you.
Class is held every Wednesday from 1:30 to 4:30 in room 121 alongside the library building.
For more information, contact Greg Poff, that's me, at solano.edu.
We hope to see you here next semester, and remember,
It's more than just sports, it's an education.
I stand.
I stand.
I stand.
I stand against hate.
I will.
I will.
I will.
I will be an advocate for social justice.
In the fight against racism and hate.
In the fight against racism and hate.
In the fight against racism and hate.
I will support diversity, equity, and inclusion.
В борьбе с расизмом и ненавистью я буду бороться всегда, стискивая кулаки и сглатывая слезы.
In the fight against racism and hate.
In the fight against racism and hate.
In the fight against racism and hate, I will not pretend that racism doesn't exist.
Sa paglaban ng rasismo, hindi ako tatahimik.
In the fight against racism and hate.
In the fight against racism and hate.
In the fight against racism and hate, I will speak my truth.
I will not be silent.
I will prioritize community.
I will be an advocate.
In the fight against racism and hate, I will build community and stand with and for each other.
And if necessary, I am willing to get into good trouble.
En la lucha contra el odio y racismo, yo me solidarizo con mis comunidades.
In the fight against racism and hate.
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 We commit to doing better, to being bolder, and to contributing to a climate where hate is unacceptable and mindfulness and compassion are the norms.
We are Solano College.
Well, hi everybody, I'm Greg Poff, Director of the Solano College Sports Broadcasting Program, and we're here in the TV studio at Solano Community College, and I'd like to tell you about a great opportunity this summer. Now, typically with our summer class, we're covering sports because of the COVID-19 pandemic. We're opening up the class to all of you podcasters, YouTube influencers, to give you a chance to come in and create content that we can show on YouTube. You can have your own podcast. We can even put you on Channel 28 locally. Let's take a look at some of the equipment we have here in the studio. Come on. All right, we're here in the Solano College Sports Network studio control room to show you some of the equipment that you can use as a student here at Solano Community College. And the first thing I'd like to draw your attention to is the production unit system that we use. It's made by New Tech. It's the TriCaster system. This system is used by every major network. So you come to Solano Community College, you're going to learn video production on the TriCaster unit. So you'll be ready to go once you leave our program. You'll be trained on the same equipment that you would use in all of the major networks. You see the video production board here. We've got our speakers set up here. Here we've got our interface that you can use. So all kinds of equipment that you can use to be a professional in media production. Another great feature of our video production system, you'll be able to get training on the Allen and Heath audio board, where you will learn the trade secrets for both radio and TV production. Here in the video editing suite, you will have access to Adobe Premiere and the entire Creative Cloud. If you can imagine it, you can create it right here in the Solano Community College TV studio. We have merged with Fairfield Cable Access, and that gives you the opportunity to use the same TV equipment that they use to produce their shows on local TV here in Fairfield, and that gives you the...
College just got affordable. Up to 100% of enrollment fees can be reimbursed for first-time college students taking full-time classes. At Solano Community College, we are taking full advantage of this to further your future. With certificate and degree programs in industrial technology, aeronautics, biotechnology, and many others, Solano Community College is a staple for success. For more information, please contact the Financial Aid Office at 707-864-7000.
Hello and welcome back to the start of the second half, as we have a great one tonight. Solano up by 5 here to start the second half. This would be a clear upset if Solano would come out with the W, as they are 2-8 and Cosumnes is 8-3. So a clear description right there. Sincere jumper, and it will roll in. Oh, and looks like injured player on the court.
Looks like he might have hurt his ankle or his knee.
Yeah. That is number 11, Isaac Montgomery.
We got nurses on the court now.
And it looks like they'll have the Solano training staff there to try to help him.
It looks like it is his ankle.
Yeah, it looks like his left ankle. Might have rolled it.
Which is the same problem we had with Joe at the beginning of the first half.
And he's up, walking on his own, so that's a good sign.
But I think it's safe to say he's probably going to be out for the rest of this game.
Yeah, we'll see. He's able to walk all right. But yeah, he will check out for the moment. So Patrick Parks Jr. will check into the ball game. Here's Andre Huddleston bringing it up. Out to Webb. Down low. Big man. Had great positioning right there. Easy deuce. Samo to Sincere. Hands it off. There's Ricky. Cobbs. 3-ball. Bang, bang. Jonathan Cobbs staying hot tonight. Another triple for the Falcons. Corner 3, Webb. Ooh, and that one's good as well. Both teams trading blow for blow. Samo. Back out to him. Driving in. Layup, good. Great move from Samo. Webb, layup. Wow, it's back and forth. Both teams.
Cosumnes matching whatever Solano does as far as points.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, and Jacob throws it out of bounds. Little miscommunication.
Let's see if Cosumnes will match that.
Hopefully. So it has definitely been an offensive night. Already 53-48. Both of these teams have the potential to get to double digits. Iyawe, too easy. Now a three-point game. Cobbs to Samo. Hand off to Ricky. Cobbs, another three. Another hit. Jonathan Cobbs making it rain tonight. Wow.
You know, it's really good to see someone get into their rhythm and just sink threes like that, because that's how you know they're really feeling themselves during this game.
Yes, Solano, their three-point percentage is through the roof right now. Definitely going to add to their total and increase their percentage. They're already impressive percentages. They've been 43% from beyond the arc, which is actually better than their field goal percentage, which is very rare to see. You don't see a team shooting better from three than they are everywhere else on the court, but that is Solano. They are a shooting team, and they're relying on that tonight.
But when you have folks like Samo and Cobbs, it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, they've been hitting all season. Something tells me Cosumnes did not see this coming into the ball game. They looked at the schedule, said Solano 2-8. Oh, this will be a cakewalk. Solano has said otherwise. They have come out just shooting it lights out, and now they have a 6-point lead here.
I'm sure Cosumnes' coach is lighting a fire under them so that they can maybe pick it up.
Yeah, no doubt. Looks like Patrick Parks will take it out of bounds, inbounding to Andre Huddleston. There's Caleb Drake. Fakes the handoff, faked everyone out. Oh my goodness, he tried to catch a body, but Sincere gets the charge on Caleb Drake.
That was just goofy.
Yeah. Caleb Drake is livid right now. Not happy about the call. That would have been bad. Sincere would have been on a poster hung up in someone's room.
Would have been on a T-shirt.
Put it on a T-shirt. Here's Samo. Out to Jacob on the wing. Hands it off to Ricky. We've seen that play all night, and it is picked, but he was out of bounds. Great hustle by number 30, Patrick Parks Jr., but when he got the ball, he rolled right out of bounds. And you can see that the Hawkeyes kind of jump in that passing lane knowing they're going to do that handoff play. Sincere, another jumper. Enough said. I was just going to say Sincere had 2 nice mid-range jumpers to start the game. That one not so much. Caleb Drake, 4-3. He connects. And he's trying to get his team fired up as after he got called for the charge.
Trying to rectify a little mistake.
Sincere finds Samo. Samo fakes the jumper. Cobbs, 3. Great contest. That one isn't good. Caleb Drake. It was fouled. Good hustle by Cobbs to get back.
Don't know if that should really be considered a foul. Cobbs really wasn't touching him. He was touching the ball.
Yeah. Now a 3-point game. And it looks like some of the players will talk it over with the coach.
Looks like Cosumnes is getting a bit more handsy. They've been knocking players down and
Yeah.
just been really physical.
Yeah,
with
definitely a more physical start to the second half that we saw in the first. First one is good, as we saw Caleb Drake trying to boom in on Sincere. But just like in warm-ups we saw, they were missing dunks.
That was a pretty bad missed dunk earlier.
Second free throw. No good, off back iron. And a loose ball foul on Gerard Webb. Interesting. I didn't see that, but refs must have saw something I didn't see. Solano gets away with one.
It's kind of hard to make calls when you're this far away from the players.
Yeah, definitely. Solano breaking the full court press with their amazing passing. Samo uses a screen by Aaron. Spin move. Driving in. Kicks it out. Jacob. Samo driving in. Layup. No call. It was off Drake.
Wow, that Samo couldn't have been luckier with that instance.
Yeah, that worked out. Caleb Drake had his back turned to the basketball, and it bounced right off his back. Good defense by Cosumnes on that possession. As Solano has 3 seconds, Ricky's got to shoot. She's got to shoot it. Too late. Shot clock violation. Great defense by the Hawkeyes. Now only down by 2. They're cutting into this deficit. Drake to Webb in the corner. 3-ball. Webb. Ooh, just off iron. Rebound Cobbs. Out to Jacob. Jacob, full steam. Foul on the ground. Basket won't count. We've seen that all season from Jacob. Just able to get that extra burst of speed. Excelling to the basket. Faster than most defenders.
It's freaking Sonic the Hedgehog on the court.
Little Roadrunner. Meep, meep.
Meep, meep. Speedy Gonzalez.
So Jacob takes it out. Hits Ricky on the wing. Hands it off to Ricky, out to Cobbs. Finds Jacob. Back out to Cobbs. Little low pass. Couldn't set him up for the shot, but the floater will drop. Jonathan Cobbs is balling tonight, folks. Tough pass. Mitchell down low. Dylan, mismatch. Barbecue chicken, but he misses. Wow, he left the sauce off the table.
Who got the sauce? I am the sauce.
Jeez. There's Drake. Huddleston. 3, no good. Rebound to Yahweh. He's 8 feet tall. Caleb Drake, jumper, no good. Ooh, spin move. Aaron on the floor. Drake, 3. Again, no good. Christian Aaron can't come up with the rebound. So this is their 4th try at it, this possession. And just as I said in the intro, Solano got to box out, especially in a close game like this. It could make the difference in the ball game. Oh, great pump fake. Couldn't finish. Yahweh comes down with it. Lenji got his hands. That's a jump ball. Great hands by Samo.
I like how Solano really attempted to try and up their rebounds, but they just couldn't close.
Yeah, in the first half it looked good. They were able to box out. Gonna have to get back to that here in the second half. Yahweh down low. And no one else is gonna get that ball but him. Drake, snatch, driving in, using his body. Won't finish, but got hacked.
That kind of looked like it was a travel. It looked like he took 4 steps without dribbling.
Yeah, it did. They might have let him get an extra gather step. First free throw no good from Drake.
Their free throw percentage just gets lower and lower.
Yeah, it has not been a great night for the Hawkeyes at the line. Second one is good. Full court press here. And it looks like Isaac Montgomery at the scores table. He's going to come back into the game. We saw him injured at the beginning of the first half.
Second half.
Second half, excuse me, you're right.
Looks like he's okay now. That's always good.
Yeah, good to see that. Might have just tweaked his ankle.
Certainly not as bad as Joe.
Yeah. Yeah, Joe's out for the night, looks like.
He's not even on the bench.
Yeah, he's back to the training room. Cole. Hands off to Ricky. Cobbs. Don't leave that man open. Amadou. Whoa. Didn't leave his feet. Looked like he was very close. Up on his tippy toes. Screen. Cole. 3-point floater. The runner no good. Corner. Patters. No good. Here's Cole on the wing. Driving in. Going up and denied. No. Not today.
Not today.
Yeah, you could see that coming from a mile away. Dylan Yahweh is no joke down low. Ricky in the corner. Driving in. Tough layup, in and out. Rebound to Yahweh. Here's Parks. Lost his dribble. They're going to call a block.
Looks like Cosumnes is having more of their defenders be under the rim to prevent Solano from getting any quick layups with people like Jacob Ebert who can just sink them in, no problem.
Right, yeah, you'd think Solano is going to spread the floor like they had in the first half and just huck up a bunch of threes because they're hitting tonight. They might be upwards of 60, 70% tonight from three, which is almost unheard of. Here's Patrick Parks. Ooh, tough cross. Nice floater. Now a 1-point game. Still in this full court press. Gonna have to pass out of it if you're Solano. Or not. James Ebert. Oh, good pump fake. Finds his brother in the corner. No good. Sincere hits the deck. It's a 4-on-5.
A lot.
Huddleston driving in, layup, no good. Iyawe tip in, no good. And another offensive rebound. Kicks it out. Drake to Parks. Back out to Drake. Baseline. Spin jumper. Cash. So Cosumnes takes their first lead of the second half. Here's Cobbs. Driving in. Ricky driving. Oh, spin layup, no good. Sincere hacked Iyawe. Yeah, that was a foul. Trying to get the rebound because no one else is. And timeout. So Solano saw their lead disappear. A lot of it has to do with their rebounding. No surprise, that's been the killer the whole season, averaging only 21 rebounds a game. Meanwhile, Cosumnes is averaging almost 41. So averaging 20 more rebounds, they're going to get more offensive rebounds, more looks. Solano really just shooting themselves in the foot as they've been shooting amazing tonight. One of their best shooting performances all season. And Cosumnes has not been shooting the ball well, but they still have the lead because of their rebounding.
If Solano wishes to have any hope of winning, they need to up their rebound game because they were doing well in the first half, right? They were getting rebounds, they were fighting for it. Now they've kind of relaxed, and that is really hurting them.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, the offensive rebounds have been killing them. Here's Andre Huddleston. Jacob right up on him. Hits Iyawe to Drake. Back to Drake. There's Mitchell. Outside. Huddleston, three, no good. Iyawe tips it out to Drake. He's driving in. Mitchell, corner three, cash. 4-point game. Big three from Mitchell Jr. Jacob picked. Drake down the lane. Easy deuce. So here is where Cosumnes has been winning ball games as they come all the way back, now up by 6. We'll see if Solano can answer. Cobbs, three, offline. Uh-oh. And Huddleston's driving down. Cobbs picked his pocket, and he got fouled. Great hustle from Cobbs. Able to track down the speedy Andre Huddleston and pick his pocket.
Yeah, that was a nice pick from Cobbs.
As Cobbs will check out of the ball game, Samo comes in. And it looks like Kenyon Drake will come out, and Jordan Berciaga will come in for him. Berciaga, not Berciaga. Sorry, Jordan. Samo to James. There's Damon Fowler driving in. Jacob to Sincere. Fakes the pass. Crossover. Samo offline. Rebound Jordan. Huddleston will reset it. Down low. Dylan. Too easy. And one. He got fouled by Sincere.
See, and like I was saying earlier, this is probably when Cosumnes will turn it around because their coach definitely lit a fire under them during halftime.
Yeah, no doubt. And the concerning thing was how Solano had their best shooting half all season, and they were only up by 4. So we knew going into the second half, Solano would have to stay on the gas and make sure that they still are knocking down from distance. Free throw, no good. So it's an 8-point game. Here's Samo. Hasn't done much tonight. We'll see if they can get him going. Fowler out to Christian Aaron, top of the key. Hands it off to Jacob. Great defense from the Hawkeyes, leaving no room. And a charge as the three-pointer won't count.
That's disheartening for the Falcons.
Jason Mitchell Jr. able to hit the deck, and Damon Fowler will pick up the charge. So that is also 6 team fouls for Solano. So that's not great. Less than halfway through the second half. Mitchell, sniper, no good, off back iron. Samo trying to push it, finds Jacob. Using the screen, kicks it out to his brother James. Back out to Jacob, deep 3, off front iron, and the Falcons cannot score. They've had a few minutes with no buckets.
It's definitely weird when you think about their shooting game in the first half.
Yeah. Layup, in and out. See if they can get a rebound. They do. Christian Aaron. Jacobs pushing it. Samo to James. Ebert. Layup is good. Great 3-man game right there.
Nice fast break, long play.
Yes. Dump it down low. Too easy. No one was on him. And Cosumnes answers back immediately. Here's Samo. Doesn't use the screen. Dumps it down off Aaron's legs. Oh, and he got hit in the knee. Hutchinson. Oh, and one. Fowler tried to glass him, but that was no good. So Hutchinson goes to the line. We'll see if he can convert on the 3-point play.
This is definitely upping Cosumnes' momentum and their morale.
Yeah, we'll see. Yep, I was going to say, Dustin's got to call a timeout right here. So quickly, it is 70-60. Solano seeing the score flipped around on them in no time. Smart timeout from Dustin. He's got to get his team back.
Got to make sure everyone focuses up and is able to find their center once again.
Yeah. Yeah, and we knew coming in, Cosumnes is a tough team. Their record speaks for itself. They've been winning against some good teams as well. And we've seen the relentlessness of, they got down in the first half, but that didn't shy them away from staying aggressive and staying to their game plan.
Because looking at their win-loss records, basically the opposite of Solano, because Cosumnes has 8 wins and 3 losses. Meanwhile, Solano has 2 wins and 8 losses.
Yep. Yeah, we'll see if Solano is able to come out with the win. They will have exact opposite score records. Wait, no. No, never mind. It'll be 3 and 9.
If they lose, then it is no.
Nope. Either way, it doesn't work.
Either way, no.
Because one team has 11 games, the other team has 10.
Like, we're good at math.
We're amazing at math. Don't worry.
We just had a little brain fart. That's all. Everyone has those.
So Solano breaks their huddle. We got a little over 9 minutes here left in the ball game. Solano with 7 team fouls. So the Hawkeyes are going to get in the bonus pretty quickly. As Hutchinson has 1 free throw. And he misses, but rebound by Parks. And they're going to reset it. Another offensive rebound for Cosumnes. Burciaga. And they're going to call a foul on Damon Fowler.
A foul on the Fowler?
Foul on the Fowler. We've been waiting to say it all night. And he comes out.
That's it. 1 foul Fowler, then you're done. You're done.
So Burciaga will go to the line. 1-1. Hits the first one.
It is now an 11-point game.
Second one is good.
Now it's 12.
There you go. See, we are good at math or reading. Cobbs loses the dribble, and it was out of bounds. Cobbs got lucky on that one.
It's like it barely touched out of bounds.
Yes. You're 100% correct. I barely could see it.
Didn't even look like it had bounds to me.
Ebert finds Cobbs. Out to James. Fakes the 3. Got the big man jumping. Layup is good. Great body control from James Ebert. Now a 10-point game. Solano bench getting loud. As Solano back in their zone, they've been running all season. Huddleston out to Mitchell. 3. Splash. Jason Mitchell Jr. another 3. Making it a 13-point game. Cobbs find James Ebert. He's got the big man on him. There's Ricky. Ricky, turnaround fader. It's good. Nothing but net.
Nice fader from Ricky. Now an 11-point game.
Mitchell finds Huddleston. Pull up Jay. It's good. So Cosumnes has been hitting in the second half here. Samo wanted to shoot it. He will shoot it. Short. A little flat on that one. The Hawkeyes are going to slow it down. Up by 13 here. Just under 7 minutes. 7 minutes and 20 seconds left to go. Parks, jumper, good. Cosumnes can't miss right now, and Dustin is forced to call another timeout.
I think if Solano really wants to get the win, their best bet is to have Cobbs or Samo or Jacob sink a bunch of threes.
Yeah, no doubt. Their defense is going to have to step up because they're giving up way too many points here in the second half. But, yes, on the offensive end, it looks like they're getting locked up right now, not able to find good shots.
You know what? This often seems to be a problem with the men's Solano basketball team. You know, they often go out strong in the first half, and they'll maybe even start the second half pretty strong, but then they really die down.
Yeah, no doubt. They've been struggling here the last 5-7 minutes. We'll see if they can pick it up though. Right here, it's still anybody's ball game. Got over 7 minutes left. Down by 15 with Solano. That's a few threes and a couple steals away from getting back into this one. So both teams sticking with the same lineup. Jacob will take it up. Finds his brother James. Pump fake. Cobbs. Contested 3. Doesn't matter. Money in the bank when Cobbs throws it up from distance.
They're going to need to make a lot more if they want to close the gap, though.
Yep. Stops and threes. That's got to be the mantra for Solano. Ooh, Jacob tried to pick it off. Jumped the lane. Burciaga for 3. No good. Can Solano get a rebound? No.
But they're fighting for it.
Iyawa cross court. Huddleston driving in. Tough layup. It rolls in. Good defense, but even better offense on that one. Jacob out to Ricky. Got the big man on him. Fouled. Good job by Ricky to use his body to get the defender off him. Not easy to go up on a 7-footer.
No, it is not.
I wouldn't know, but it doesn't look easy.
I will say Cosumnes is only 1 point away from matching their average points per game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's still got over 6 minutes left here.
Yeah, so that average is going up.
Second one off back iron. Huddleston hands it off to Parks. Parks driving in, floater, it's good. Patrick Parks has been amazing for Cosumnes off the bench tonight. Oh, and Jacob falls. Looks like he's all right.
Looks like he was tripped. And
yeah, might have bruised his knee or his
Oh, no.
His
He's hurt.
quad. Yeah, he looks like he's in some pretty serious pain right here.
Oh, no.
Hopefully it's just a bruise because it looked like he landed on that leg. But we'll see. Not great for the Falcons, one of their top scorers and facilitators. Samo, no good, hasn't been able to hit tonight. Drake on the other end, Euro, layup is good. And this one might get ugly. Now a 17-point game with 5.5 left to go. Solano's going to have to find a way to step it up on defense and hit some triples. Cole driving in, kick out, James, pump fake. Cobbs running around. Ricky, 3, short, off front iron. Rebound, Huddleston. The good thing is it looks like Jacob's all right on the bench. Might have just bruised his quad or his upper knee on that fall. Here's Parks milking the clock. Oh, good spin move to the corner, Drake. Skip pass out to Huddleston. Huddleston driving in, right hand, no good. Rebound to Yahweh, goes right back up. Too easy. Now a 19-point ball game as Solano just sees this game sort of fall out of their own hands as they had complete control in the first half. Cobbs for 3. He's still on fire. Uh-oh. Jonathan Cobbs with, if I'm not mistaken, 6 or 7 threes tonight. He's got to have at least 25 on the night.
Looks like he's trying to compete with Steph Curry, who just recently broke a huge NBA record.
Yeah, he's only got 2,900 more to go, but he could do it. Yeah. So we got 4.5 minutes, down by 16. Not looking great for the Falcons here, as Cosumnes has all the momentum, just not missing shots. They have been able to get whatever they want on the offensive side of the ball, which is not something we saw in the first half.
Now, it is still possible for Solano to win, as they're only behind by 16 points with 4.5 minutes to go. But they need to prevent Cosumnes from scoring a lot, and absolutely no threes going forward for Cosumnes.
Yeah, no doubt. And, yeah, it's going to be rough because Cosumnes is going to milk the clock every offensive possession. And with that 30-second shot clock, they only need a few possessions to really milk the clock and walk out of here with the dub. But we shall see. We've seen crazier things happen.
Also from the bench, it looks like Jacob Ebert is okay. Looks like his leg is no longer in pain.
Yeah, it looks like he moves right next to Dustin, maybe eager to get back into this one, trying to help his team out. Down by 16. As Sincere and Cole have checked into the ball game. And here we go, just dribbling around, milking the clock, making sure they use every second of that shot clock. Here's a screen from the big man. Huddleston driving in. Down low, Sincere blocked it. 1 second, he gets it up in time. No good, and guess what? Offensive rebound. And that will reset the shot clock. That is a huge rebound for Cosumnes.
It's a huge time killer.
Yeah, basically spending a minute right here. And that is what they'll do. 10 seconds on the shot clock. They're in no rush. Parks, jumper, cash. Has he missed tonight?
I don't think he has.
I don't think he has. He has been money.
Or if he has missed, it's only been like 1 or 2.
Oh, great find. Cole dumps it down to Ricky. Too little, too late, though, as they're down by 16 here. And Cosumnes can basically dribble this one. Ooh, spin move Parks. Huddleston finds Dylan Yahweh down low. Uh-oh, turnover. A little opening for Solano right here. They're going to need to rush down the court and hit some shots. Cole, good hezzy. Finds Cobbs. 3-ball. Short. Rebound. The Hawkeyes. Just under 3 minutes here left to go. Solano's going to have to up the defensive intensity. Got to jump some passing lanes. Yahweh got Sincere on him. Skip pass. Down to Parks. Out to Mitchell. 3-ball. Off back iron, but offensive rebound. Not quite sure who that foul was on. It was definitely on the Falcons, but looks like the foul was on Samo, number 5.
Must say, can we get a PA announcement to confirm?
Yeah, I think that I was looking at the PA announcer. He didn't know as well. So here's Jason Mitchell outside. There's Huddleston driving in, and he was fouled. You can see the frustration on the Solano Falcons players as they are starting to set into reality that this game is going to slip away from them.
And Jacob Ebert is back.
Good sign for the Falcons, able to check back into the ballgame. First one no good, and another rebound. Wow. Tough. I mean, Cosumnes has shot probably below 40% from the line, but they get every offensive rebound. And the layup, no good because it was an illegal screen on Dylan Yahweh.
At this point, all Solano can hope for is just upping their percentage and their stats for something to look at for next game.
Yeah, this is a garbage time. Time to pad the stats. But we'll see. Something tells me they're going to try to hook up some threes. Oh, and picked. Huddleston. Layup. Won't fall. Cobbs gets the rebound. Wow. The Solano gets a rebound. Samo. Layup. Hit nothing. That's actually a travel, but they didn't call it.
Kind of hit nothing but air.
Yeah. So 16-point ball game here with 1:35 left to go. Samo looking, his ankle might be a little hurt. Saw him stretching before the beginning of the second half, trying to stretch out that left ankle.
Man, everybody's ankles are getting broken today.
Yeah. First one will drop. And the second one, no good.
Definitely not what you would expect from Solano, especially from Samo.
Yeah. And Cosumnes will call a timeout. Interesting. Trying to prolong this one. Maybe trying to figure out what they can work on going into their next game. Want to be more perfectionists. Even though they should know they have this one in the bag.
Dustin is probably talking to his team about the best way they can close the gap. Even if they can't win,
yeah,
they want to do their best to close the gap as much as they can. You know, make them feel like they really earned that W for Cosumnes.
Right, yeah, no doubt. You don't want to go out and wave the white flag. You got to keep trying until the last buzzer sounds.
We can definitely say this is way better than their first game that we broadcasted.
That is true.
That was a blowout and a half.
Yeah. And it's frustrating because we've seen Solano play so well on almost every asset of the game, and then their rebounding haunts them night in and night out, and it's been the theme of the season for the Falcons. I mean, they would have way more W's on the board if they just were able to up their rebound numbers and work on boxing out, especially on the defensive end, just letting way too many offensive rebounds.
Because, I mean, Solano's rebounds per game is at 21%. Or not
21, yeah, 21 a game.
21 rebounds per game, but Cosumnes is at 40.7. That's nearly double
Right,
the amount
yeah.
of rebounds.
Yeah, they average 20 more rebounds, and you can see how they do that as the Yahweh layup. No good. Ricky bringing it down the court. I mean, you got to just throw one up at this point. Cobbs, another three. That one's no good. Huddleston driving in, kicking out. They're just going to try to dribble this as much as they can. Now under a minute left to go. Five seconds on the clock. Huddleston way too easy. He missed it though. Yahweh rebound, fouled, and it falls, but they're not going to count it. It was on the ground.
I'm about to say, they've been getting a lot of and ones called for them.
So Yahweh go to the line for two as they're in the double bonus. First one is good as they have hit the 90-point mark, up by 16. Second one good as well. Yahweh finds his stroke from the line here in the second half. Ricky. Pull-up jumper, short, a little flat. Gets his own rebound, high pass, out of bounds.
Ooh, that almost hit our camera.
Yeah, that would have been bad.
That would have been pretty bad.
So 30 seconds here left. It is a 0.6 second difference between shot clock and game clock. So they're basically just going to dribble this one out.
See if we can get a last-minute three.
So Patrick Parks will dribble this one out. Great performance by the Cosumnes River Hawkeyes as they came out here in the second half and lit it up, dropping 50 in the second half and holding Solano to 0.6. 0.6 on the clock. So here we go. If Solano's got a 17-point shot right here. Oh, no, they don't. And the clock's not even running. That's ball game.
No, what was the point of that?
So that'll do it here for us on the Solano College Sports Network. Solano comes up short, 91-74 to a good Cosumnes River team. Any last words, Garrick?
I have to say, even though Solano lost, they definitely did amazing considering who their opponents were. You know, they were really strong in the first half, and they, even though they died down a little bit in the second half, you know, they truly had drive, right? And Cosumnes just amazing overall, especially in the second half.
Yeah, in the second half, they came out of the locker room heated, and they weren't missing. So that'll do it for us here on the Solano College Sports Network. Thank you all for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Good night, everyone.